Compost is a key ingredient in almost every horticultural enterprise. Kitty's travelling to County Meath to see how one company is producing a valuable product from other people's waste.
I'm heading to Kilcock in County Meath in search of innovation and growing, and I've come across a company called Enrich. And what they are doing is talking science and innovation and combining that with something we may consider waste materials to create a peat-free compost that helps you get a better soil. Sometimes it's about identifying a deficiency, using science to add what's missing and creating a solution, like having a healthy plant growing in healthy soil because of healthy compost. It's really encouraging to see composting on this scale and that you're providing a service that waste is being recycled and not ending up in landfill.
Yeah, no, it's huge. When we started here, nobody understood what we were doing or what we were doing. They looked at us that we were completely mad. Like we were taking a material that used to end up in landfill and all the negative things that used to go along with it, the gases, the emissions, everything. But we're transforming that material into a usable saleable product.
Where are you sourcing all of this waste?
Well, a lot of it is coming in from recycling centres that are around the country. We also have depots that landscapers can bring their green material to. In composting, we need to have a balance of our carbon to nitrogen ratio. And that's where we need the kind of, we call it the green and the brown. The brown is the carbon, and then the green is the nitrogen. So we balance that in our composting process, and that's how we create the compost.
The compost created here is also peat-free and rich in essential nutrients, beneficial microalgae and organic matter. I imagine composting on this scale, Kevin, is much the same as we do at home, only a scaled-up process.
Yeah, no, we do it on a large scale, but the principles and the phases of composting are the exact same. So we have different phases in composting. So we have a mesophilic phase, which is a cold phase, and then it ramps up to a thermophilic phase, and that's the high generation heat phase. All the microbes and bacteria and fungi are formed under high population growth. We get a formation of humic acid. The compost starts curing, and then that's where we get the magic happens. A full process will take about 100 to 120 days from start to finish.
But how important is good soil? Well, we've got to understand that soil forms an essential part of the Earth's ecosystem. It's a medium for plant growth, a habitat for millions of microorganisms, a recycling system for organic material, and a regulator of water quality. But what is good soil and what does it consist of?
For us, there's three criteria that you need to look at when you talk about a healthy soil. The biological aspect of that soil, the physical aspect of that soil, and the chemical aspect of that soil.
Yeah, it's a complex ecosystem really, isn't it?
And that's exactly what it is. It's an ecosystem. And we need to balance all three aspects of that to give rise to the best performance so that the soil meets the application, because not all soils are the same.
Tim, why are you bringing me here?
I want to show you, Kitty, what a healthy soil is. We've been talking there for the last few minutes, but I think we actually want to show you here now. So, people that don't know, there's more carbon in the soil than there is in the atmosphere and plants combined, because through photosynthesis, these leaves can take in CO2 from the atmosphere, they can convert it into liquid carbon, sugars, carbohydrates, and they can then send it back out into the soil through these fibrous roots. Those sugar and carbohydrates then feed the soil microbes, which in turn break down the organic matter, making the nutrients in that soil available to the plants. So when we talk about a healthy soil, we talk about a balanced soil, so you've got the microbes providing the nutrients the plant needs to grow and taking CO2 out of the atmosphere.
A total interconnected community of workers.
Circular economy in action.
And there is yet another side to this story, the science side. So we've seen how the raw materials are converted from a waste material into a compost. But how do we now add the science to this mix?
Sometimes, even though we have the science, we need to marry that with practicality. So, step one, get a shovel, dig a hole, have a look at the rooting. Then, when you've assessed that, then go to the lab. Look at the total nutrients. The most important thing actually, and it's often overlooked, is we need to look at the carbon in that soil, because that carbon is the organic matter, and it's the organic matter that drives soil health. Also, pH, people will be familiar with. big impact on microbiology and nutrient availability. People probably don't understand soil science too well. It's quite an evolving area. People think it's just soil, it's dirt, some people call, but it's only when you actually get into it you understand the importance and the different functions it fulfills.
Building soil and enriching soil, it's so important on a local level, but on a global level it's hugely significant as well.
For sure. Soil is a vital natural resource. It serves so many functions: carbon storage, water filtration, plant growth, nutrient recycling, breaking down pollutants. All of these things done by nature in the soil for free.
The more carbon we keep in the ground, the better.
Absolutely. We're taking it out of the atmosphere, store it in the soil, do our little bit to help with climate change, reduce global warming.